Do you know about 698,000 LGBTQ adults aged 18 to 19 in the US have received conversion therapy at some point in their lives? And around 28% of the LGBTQ youth who have received conversion therapy had attempted suicide within the previous 12 months as of 2020. Now, isn't that just heartbreaking to hear? Good morning to Miss Rosaline and to my fellow classmates. Today, I am here to persuade all of you on why conversion therapy should be abolished. But before that, what is conversion therapy? That so-called conversion therapy is a range of dangerous and discredited practices that falsely claim to change a person's sexual orientation or gender identity or expression. Such practices have been rejected by every major mental and psychological associations, but due to the continuing discrimination and societal bias against LGBTQ community, there are still some practitioners that conduct this conversion therapy till this day. According to the 50 responses I got from my mini questionnaire, 92% of them agreed that conversion therapy should be banned. And here's the reason why. There are three main reasons why conversion therapy should be abolished, which are: it does not work, conversion therapy is a serious threat to health, and conversion therapy amplifies the stigma of LGBTQ community experience. For my first point, conversion therapy should be abolished because it does not work. In 2007, a task force from the American Psychological Association took a thorough review on the existing research of the efficacy of conversion therapy. They found out that there is very little sound research on the effectiveness of conversion therapy, and the results of scientifically valid research indicates that it is very unlikely for an individual to reduce same-sex attraction through conversion therapy. Now, why conversion therapy does not work is mainly because it is premised on the false notion that being LGBTQ is a mental illness and it needs cure, despite all the major associations' agreement that LGBTQ identities are normal. In fact, the American Psychiatric Association determines that homosexuality was not a mental illness in 1973. In addition to its flawed foundation, there is no credible research or study to support the claims of a conversion therapist to having changed a person's sexual orientation. Moving on to my second point, conversion therapy should be abolished because it is a serious threat to health. Throughout the history of conversion therapy, a range of techniques have been used by both healthcare professionals and religious figures seeking to change a person's sexual orientation. The American Psychiatric Association has clarified that the potential risks of conversion therapy are great. For example, it causes depression, anxiety, and it also induces self-hatred, as therapy's alignment with societal prejudices against homosexuality may reinforce self-hatred, which already been experienced by the patients. Many patients who have been to conversion therapy reported that they were inaccurately told that homosexuals are individuals who are unhappy and lonely and they will never achieve happiness or satisfaction. Furthermore, there are some practitioners who have used aversion treatments such as inducing nausea, vomiting, paralysis, and shock treatment. So conversion therapy causes very, very major harm to health. It causes psychological, physical, and emotional harm to the affected person, leaving them scarred for life. Now, I believe I've mentioned 2 points which should have convinced you. But for the unconvinced, I have one more point on why conversion therapy should be abolished. For my last point, conversion therapy amplifies the stigma of LGBTQ community experience. Parents who send their children to conversion therapy instill feelings of rejection and disappointment, and they risk fracturing the relationship with their children. Now, a study from the San Francisco State University, they found out that the LGBTQ individuals who were rejected by their families or caregivers were six times more likely to have reported depression and 8 times more likely to attempt suicide compared to those who were accepted by their families. Since conversion therapy promotes the wrong message that being LGBTQ is wrong, these individuals have to live through the shame of who they are and forced to conceal their identity. So conversion therapy contributes to the hate towards LGBTQ community. There are many LGBTQ individuals around the world that go through this inhumane journey. Some of the real-life experience stories we have heard of, and some stories go unheard. But I would like to bring your attention to this one real-life story of the Gerard Conley, who penned his painful experience into a memoir named Boy Erased, a Memoir, which tells us his personal story of going through conversion therapy. I highly encourage you guys to go read the memoir or watch the movie adaptation in the same name and see for yourself the perils of conversion therapy and what a big threat it is to the LGBTQ community. In conclusion, based on the information I have given, conversion therapy does not work and is a serious threat to health, and it amplifies the stigma of LGBTQ community experience, and you should not support it. According to the UCLA Williams Institute study, it estimated around 80,000 LGBTQ youth will experience this conversion therapy in the coming years. There are many organizations that support LGBTQ community and work hard to ban this conversion therapy, for example, like Travel Project, GLAAD, Human Rights Campaign, and GLSEN. I highly urge all of you to go visit their website and show your support. Thank you so much for your time, and remember, our youth deserve a world that is embracing and loving. So make a change now. Thank you.